Hi there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It's Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Might be 7:01, I'm not sure. How are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. It's been a doozy of a day, but we're almost done, and we survived it, and like everything else, we will survive it again. So, for tonight, we are coloring, I should say, the new Celebration Bedazzled paper. And I'm going to tell you right now, these guys, paper towels, are going to be our best friends tonight. So hopefully, most of it's worn off. Anyways, so hopefully we won't end up with tons of ink everywhere, but there's still a chance because that's just how it rolls sometimes. So I'm going to flip you around, say hello, go over a couple things, and get to creating. So if you are on with me, please say hello, so you will get the instructions and the supply list on how to do this. So hold on a second. Let me flip. And I'm hoping internet is better tonight. I am hoping that things work because I might run away screaming if it doesn't. I'm just saying. Alrighty. So let's see here. Let me get onto my page and get things rolling for ya. So for tonight, I want to remind you that Celebration is happening right now. I want to remind you that Deal of the Month is happening right now. I do want to say that I am not doing Stop and Go because it is honestly one too many things. And the feedback I got from it, not so good. So I'm not complicating things. We are focusing on content. We are focusing on events. And I'm not doing a whole bunch of little stuff. So that way the projects get better. We have more fun. And hopefully the bonuses during the events get better as well. So, all right. So for tonight, like I said, paper towels are going to be our best friend. So I don't know if you can see this or not, because on camera I don't know if it translates or not, but hey, here we go. There is a nice blue tint to this bedazzled paper. I don't know if you can tell on camera. It is what it is. So I'm going to show you how to do this with our inks, rubbing alcohol, and a spritzer, and we will call it good. Just another way to use this fabulous free paper that we have. Like I said, paper towels are going to be your best friend tonight or when you create this. But first, I need to ask a question. And then after I ask the question, I am going to do some coloring and stamping so that way we are good. So my question to you is, green, evening evergreen, or purple? That is my question to you. Hey Iris, how are you? So my question, green or purple to color the bedazzled and to cut out? That is my question. And while I'm doing that, guess what? I'm gonna let the dog out. So hold on a second, I'll be right back. Let me know, green or purple. It never, ever, ever fails. All right, we have to decide who's the tiebreaker, green or purple. So, personally, I've been doing a lot of green lately because of prepping for Christmas. So I'll be honest with you, I'm leaning towards the purple. Not to nut side with you, Iris, but it is what it is. So, my dears. All right, we're going with purple. We're just going to go with purple. Okay, so I'm going to get the green out of here so I don't mess it up. Okay. And we're going to get this rolling. Okay, so we're going to stamp everything while I'm waiting for it to dry. This is Gorgeous Grape, if you're wondering, and the stamp set I'm using is A Wish for Everything, and it's the little birthday that's here, and then the dies that match it, okay? So we're going to get everything out of the way. Yes, because it is kind of that kind of thing. All right, so I'm grabbing my paper towels here. My spritzer tube already has some leftover blue, even though I washed it. Thanks, Iris. But it has about 3/4 of the tube of rubbing alcohol. Just standard run-of-the-mill, what you get at the grocery store rubbing alcohol. Okay. There is higher concentrate that you can buy, but for this, guess what? We're good. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the color kind of goes into this, so you actually want this a bit darker than what you actually are looking at. So I'm going to do another 6. Normally I would only do like 6 drops, but because I want it to be fairly dark, I only did 6 drops with the blue, and for me it wasn't enough concentrate for it to come through. Okay, so there we go. I am going to plug in a heat tool because I want to dry. I want to cheat and I want to dry it a little bit quicker. Okay, so I am going to plug in a heat tool so that way, now it's not the current one, it'll be fine, it's not a problem. Alright, one sec. Alright, so I have my spritzer tube. I have 12 drops of purple in here, Gorgeous Grape to be exact, and rubbing alcohol about 3/4 of the tube. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the cap off oh so gently. Here's why I say this, because I still have blue from when the re-inker bottle went kapooey when I was putting it away. Okay, so it is what it is. Because you have ink in this, when you spritz it, do not go off, because your carpet will have a nice purple hue to it. Got it? I say that because you've seen, right, the red dots on my carpet from paint and different things. Patience is a virtue, but guess what? Sometimes I don't have that virtue. I'll just be honest with you. All right, so I am spritzing, spritzing, spritzing. Now remember, this is paper. Translation, it will warp. Got it? So you want to make sure that you can dry this fairly quickly. Isn't that gorgeous though? Love it. All right, so we're gonna grab here and I'm just gonna wave this over. And do you see how that ink is moving around? Kind of cool, right? So let's do this a little. And I'm gonna do this just to catch the puddles. And we're gonna see what we end up with. If you don't like the swirls that it comes out with, hey, guess what? Re-spritz it and redo it. It's just that simple. Okay? Kind of a cool concept, right? So you're blowing the ink around. And I'm gonna do a tiny bit more down here, and then I'm gonna push it up that way. This is kind of the advanced method to blowing on a straw. Okay? I didn't feel like blowing on a straw, so here we go with moving it around this way and getting it to dry also. That's a huge part of this. So we're gonna get it going. Your low on your regular heat tool is a great part of that tool, because when you're trying to dry slowly, you use the low. When you're trying to melt, when you're trying to melt the embossing powder, you use the high, okay? So what you want to do with this is you want to flip it over and actually do the back side as well, because I can feel that it's still damp. Yes, I'm trying to speed it up for TV, but it's okay. Realize it's going to curl a little. It's okay. That's when you flip it over and curl it back the other way, right? So let's get it to flatten back down. That should be enough. At least we can get it to kind of... So do you see that purple hue in it? I hope you do. I can see it in real life, and it's gorgeous. And I don't mean on here. I meant on here. Do you see that purple hue? I hope. Anyways, it just gives it a hint of color. Okay? So let's see. How bad are my fingers? Not too bad. Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. Okay. Got it. Okay, so now I've got my gorgeous grape. I'm going to make sure... Oh, it's too big. Let me reach. We're going to trim this down a little bit. So our mat is going to be 5 by 3 3/4. And our bedazzled paper, because I wanted to get 2 out of it, is 3 inches by, that would be 1 1/4 in, 3 inches by 4 1/4. Okay? Just FYI for you. And then you'll also see that that purple is going to make it go a little bit better. Yay, right? Okay. So now what we're going to do, this is my little adhesive, and we're going to cut this out of the middle here. Where's my happy? Can I find my happy? No. Oh my gosh. It's just not coming together tonight. Hold on. And the dog's back. My goodness. Some days it's just hard. Hold on. You are driving me nuts. Go. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry for being so up and down, but when the king wants in, the king wants in, and that's all we're gonna say. All right, so with this, I've got a little tiny piece of adhesive sheet. So what I'm gonna do is peel this off, and we're just gonna stick this right in the middle. Yes, of my mat. I'm saving some paper, and here's the why, okay? We're gonna run that happy right in the middle, because guess what? This is gonna cover that hole very nicely, okay? We're saving paper, people, because heaven forbid, you know, we gotta recycle when we can. All right, so right in the middle. If you don't get it perfect, not a big deal. Here's why. Because as long as we have some of that adhesive in there, we're good. Let me move this so I don't crunch my knuckle. So we're gonna run this through. Come on. The angle's hard for me, okay? And we're going to do this. And we're gonna do this. I should take a picture of my table after, huh? I don't know if you'd want to see it. It's a little messy with me tossing stuff out of the way, so it's all good though. Alrighty, so I found my happy. Yay. We'll get those out later. And I am peeling my sticker out. This is still my mat, right? Okay, so that's gonna go up there. This is gonna go right here. I am gluing this down just like I normally would. Come on. Oh, that went over the edge. Okay, we're good. No problem. Alrighty. So we've got that going on here. I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds to do that. So I'm gonna grab a really quick piece of white, scrap white, because I only need this little tiny birthday. So I just need a bitty piece. So, I mean, so this technique, a lot of people are doing it right now. It's pretty basic, but I wanted to give you a different way to make it look different because it's pretty, but honestly, how many different ways can you do it? I tried to cut it out of the pillow box, and we'll just say the paper is not easy to glue together. So it can be done, Lace found out, with clothespins and some of our liquid Tombow glue, the green glue, multi-purpose glue. But it's not an easy one. We'll just say it that way. So here's our mat. Here is our colored bedazzled paper. You want to put a little bit of extra glue just because it has curled a tiny bit. So you want to make sure that everything is ready to go. So you're going to just set this down on here. And then you are going to flip this over and push. So if there happens to be a tiny bit of moisture still because you didn't wait. Oh, hey, Kath, how are you? But if you are not patient like me, you will want to flip that over so you don't end up with fingerprints all through it. And then you're going to, it will dry, I promise, but I'm not patient. If you haven't figured that out yet, I'm not patient when it comes to waiting for things. So, and that is something that I've been working on in all aspects of my life, but it's really rampant in my stamping, definitely. So I'm just gonna try to center this. So there's my happy. I found my happy. And if anybody was wondering, there's my happy. So, and I'm going to grab a couple glue dots because that tends to be the only glue that will stick other than the liquid glue. But I tend to not use the liquid glue to this foil. And that goes to many of our foils and many of our specialty papers. So, okay, so there is our happy birthday. We need some more bling, don't we? I mean, come on. Where's Lisa? So I'm going to get my sheet of rhinestones here to pull out that dazzle, as it were. And let's see here. I need 4 of the same size. Yes, I can do it with my fingers. You can also do it with the snips, the tweezers, or the take your pick tool. By the way, did you know the take your pick tool has a brush tip to it? I'll have to show you how to use that when we get down to some of our detail dies. But you basically leave whatever you've cut in the die. You don't pull it out. And then you brush over the die to loosen the cardstock underneath. It's a really cool tip. So, all right, what do you think? You can definitely see the purple, right? In that one, over the blue more so. I'm like, the blue doesn't show up as well, but I can see the purple. I hope you can too. So, I have to ask you, do you like the really subtle blue? Can you even see the blue? Or do you like the purple? I'm like, this is coming up a little. I guess it wasn't completely dry. So this is something you want to do like in the evening and then come back to it in the morning to make sure it's completely dry instead of having to hurry. So this is not a card to do quick because the mailman's coming around the corner, okay? Hey Lise, how are you? So Which do you like better? I like both of them, and that is a problem. But you like the grape? Cool. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you tonight. If you have any suggestions, want to see anything, and I haven't done it recently, please let me know. I'd be happy to work it into the schedule. Thanks so much for joining me. Follow me, stampinwithjohnny.com, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.